Hello, my name is Max and welcome to another episode of Tabletop Reviews, where I'm in a bit of an awkward position. Whilst I've filtered with camera perspective and everything, and to kind of have a reveal of what the subject of today is, but the only thing I could really do is just step aside. Ta-da! I simply don't have the room in my recording room right now to do a grand reveal. But today's episode of Tabletop Reviews is all about upgrade components, and a very specific one: complete collection boxes. You might notice Wingspan, the nesting box, is right here. It just recently arrived in the mail and it sort of inspired me to do this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick talk about these three that I have, just what I think about these, how they do in holding all the components, and then I'm going to talk about sort of what I think about complete collection boxes as a whole. So let's start from the top. The Viticulture wine box. It's the smallest of them all, and I like it actually because it contains all the components in a neat way. What this needs is a packaging manual. I sort of had to guess my way forward what each component held, and I even think that there's a little bit with some of the components, the little see-through resin markers, wine markers, the extra workers, the start player grape thing, all these things I think lacks a proper space in here. The money, the cash, I have the what's called the metal coins, they lack a proper space in here, and there's a lot of room here at the top. Now this is gonna come in handy because I am probably most likely going to purchase some extra card holders for all the cards so I can sleeve them, because right now I can't sleeve them. So maybe that's in handy for me there, but the fact that you can't contain all the cards sleeved and there's a lack of some spaces, especially when you have this much room left over, shows it wasn't completely thought through, this entire collection box. But I still really love to have it. It looks really awesome and it collects everything in one box, which I love to do. I want everything in one box. Now I am sorry if you can't see my face, but the entire main purpose of this is of course these ones. So should I give it this one a rating? I would say 7. It is lovely, the aesthetic looks awesome. You know, a wine crate, awesome look for this game. There's just some lacks within it. Then we come to the nesting box here. First of all, let me just point out that there is a way of putting this on, because you have the swan head here, you have ostrich here, another bird here, there's an owl on it as well. So the face is neat to match. I love that aesthetic. It is the second largest box, of course, and it contains all the components. I will say I don't have all the expansions right now, but I do know how Oceania and Asia are going to fit into it. I love the little like advertisement within it, like you can get South America, Africa, we're gonna get those. Ooh, I'm so excited. And I want those. I already like it a lot better in some terms of containment of all the parts, because everything is thought of. Your player pieces, your dice, your foods, your eggs, your dice tower, your cards, your player maps, everything is thought of, even including the expansion components. Everything is thought of within it, opposite in Viticulture where there's some lacking pieces. So everything is thought of, everything's in here, it aids in the setup, which is a lot better than I think Viticulture actually. The look of it is amazing. As I said, this shit, you can turn it around, it's super awesome. The size is getting up to those sizes where I'm talking, holy crap, this is huge. Because it is big. But it contains all the pieces much better than Viticulture, and if we're talking about a complete collection box, I think this one is ranked up there. I'm gonna give it a 9 just to put a number on it because I like ranking stuff. But this is really where you get this. But now we have the back wonderful Everett complete collection box. This one is filled. There is no more room in it. There's no talking about more expansions. There's no more room in this box. Everything is used. And this to me is the prime example of, sure, it's a humongous box. Everything is thought of. Everything can be in there. Everything is easily put into place. Like I said, this one, and I had the manual in here, and I had to use the manual to put all my things in. Probably. This one didn't have a manual. I guessed my way into it. This one has a manual. I almost don't need the manual. You can just see it. Some of the plastic pieces are molded. Some of the places, obviously, this is for cards. You can have all the sleeve cards in here. I didn't mention you can also have all the sleeve cards in Wingspan nesting box. This one contains you all the sleeve cards, all the components have a space that makes sense, except for a few. There's a few of the extra cardboard cutouts where you think, where does this go? And it sort of have a component that makes sense. It does have a place that it makes sense, it's just not obvious to find it. But more obvious than these two. This is to me how you do a complete collection box. Everything, absolutely everything is thought of, and this is the complete collection. There isn't going to be any more, this is the complete collection. That's what I say. Wingspan this box, of course, thinking forward for a few more expansions to have room for them. I will fully grasp it when I have all the expansions, how well this does it. This one has way too much room or extra. And this is what I want to talk about, especially when saying complete collection boxes and talking about these in general. Because these 3 games are the ones I have complete collection boxes for. And I know there's one out for K2, and I might hunt that down to get it. But there isn't really any other game on my shelf where I would want a complete collection box, even with everything. Perhaps take a try, but I don't know. And that's the thing. So many games now, they get a complete collection box after 1 or 2 expansions. Everdell has 5 expansions. Viticulture has 4 expansions. No, most of them just cards, but it has 4 expansions. Wingspan has 3 expansions, with like 2 more on the way or something. These games need complete collection boxes. You can have everything in them. Does a game like the recent one that has a complete collection, like I can't remember what it is, but it's on Kickstarter right now. Does that need a complete collection with 1 expansion? No. I know Castles of Mad King Ludwig I have right here. It has a complete collection box, but it only has like 2 expansions that could easily fit in the box. Ecos has 1 expansion. It's a Wonderful World has 1 expansion. Bunny Kingdom has 1 expansion. Do these games need a complete collections box? No. But so many companies make them, and this is where I go in. Like I have these 3, and as I say, there aren't really any others that I need right now. Maybe if they made a big one for Tetra, you can fit everything in. They can't make that. It would take up my entire goddamn shelving. But that maybe that. And I have to say, I would say complete collection boxes, are they necessary? No, but that depends. Like it's a difficult question to answer. But to me, these three complete collection boxes are necessary, so I can have everything in 1 box. But there are some collection boxes that are not necessary. I can just fit it into the 1 box. But that's because I really just want to have 1 box. I don't want Viticulture would have to be 2 boxes. Wingspan would also have to be 2, and with Asia it might have to be 3 boxes. Everdell, I have not had the original game, but I can't imagine fitting all this into 3 or less. So they're necessary. They're huge. They fit into the top of my shelf easily, and therefore I find them very necessary to have. Because of who I am. If you're not someone like that, sure. But also these are games that I rate highly. All 3 of these games are in my top 10. All games in my top 10 I would have a complete collection box for, 100%. These games are in my top 10, that's why I have these ones, that's why I love these ones. So I think complete collections boxes are a good idea when you have a lot of expansions you need to fit into 1 box. There are some games now, they come out, they have 2 expansions, small expansions, like 2 card expansions, like Viticulture, and they just don't. Why? You don't need that. Viticulture has 2 big expansions and 2 small expansions. Now you can fit it all in here, quite possibly 1 more expansion even in the future. Wingspan the same, Everdell 5 expansions, Wingspan 3 expansions, big expansions that take up room. They make sense. A game like, I don't know, you could see Creature Comforts. That doesn't need a full complete collection box. But there's definitely someone who's thinking about making these games. I don't have any game for it now, except for like Castle of Mad King Ludwig, where I'm like, why would I need a complete collection box for that? But I've seen games on Kickstarter and GameFi get a complete collection box where you just think, those 2 expansions look like nothing, why do I need a complete collection? And it doesn't even have the following to achieve it. Like, that's the other thing about these 3 games. They have a massive following. They came out in 2015, 2019 and 2018, and they have gained a massive following. They're games from 2021 that are getting complete collections now. You don't have that massive following for that yet. You can't. These games have been out for so long, have so many expansions. That's why you need these ones. And that's why I really need these ones. I just can't see some of these games that are getting complete collections boxes. Why? Why? It's so unnecessary. You definitely don't need them. But some people apparently do. because they do usually get funded. But it's just think about it. Complete collection boxes. What are you completely collecting? Everdell, that's a freaking complete collection. Wingspan, that's a complete collection. In just a second, I have them ordered. I just need to get them home. Viticulture, that's a complete collection. What are you completely collecting with some of these games? Absolutely nothing. Anyways, this has been a bit of a rant, and I just want to say, like, complete collection boxes, when you do it like Everdell or the Wingspan one, where you're using all the you're using all the space. It's not just a big box; it's a big used box. Then I think it's brilliant. Everdell, I think it's brilliant. You just pick them out, you get everything you need quite quickly. The same with a Wingspan. There's some extra space, but because I have everything. But if you do it more like Viticulture, where there's so much extra space and some parts that aren't really fully fitted in, then you're doing it incorrectly. That's not good, mate. This one is not well made. I have to say, Viticulture Wine Crate is not well made. It looks awesome on the shelf. It's not a well made box. But if you do it like Wingspan or Everdell, I understand why you would want those, because they really contain everything in an easy way to unpack and pack down again. Don't do it like Viticulture though. So it's a bit of a rant. But to be honest, I like complete collection boxes for the games I love. And you should probably do too. I just think nowadays we've seen so many huge boxes. Like I have these two. I couldn't imagine a third. I mean, I do have Twilight Imperium. It's becoming a lot. And there's so many more. I just wanted to make this video and also have something for Monday, where I'm probably going to be quite drunk throughout the weekend. So I'm recording this on Thursday. I might record Aquaredo review tomorrow or a Viticulture World review, because I need to get that done as well. But for now, thank you very much for watching this ranting episode of something along the lines of Viticulture, of tabletop reviews, upgraded parts. I'll do some more upgraded parts in the future. Thank you for watching. Bye!